Hi, I'm Dr. Moalimi from Amelia Heart and Vascular Center. I'm a cardiologist here. I wanted to thank you first for watching our educational videos. We have gotten very good reception, and I find that you find them to be very helpful. So if you have any special topics, please let us know and we'll continue to produce them. They are on our YouTube channel and they're also on our website at ameliaheartcenter.com. But today I wanted to talk to you about a topic of much importance to us, and that's about the Iranian Revolution. As you know, there is currently a women's revolution happening in Iran as people are asking for much freedoms that have not been bestowed on them by this government. We are Iranian Americans. Three of your doctors at Amelia Heart and Vascular Center have been either born or affiliated with Iran. While we are citizens, very proud American citizens, I must say, and we have had the privilege of being in this country and enjoy the freedoms that is bestowed upon us by the fathers of the Constitution of this country. We do feel for our compatriots in Iran, and we want to do whatever it is in our power to help them. As such, we wanted to bring this awareness to you. We wanted you to know and read in the news about the Iranians and their plight. And we wanted you to be more proactive about talking to your representatives and ensure that America, who has always stood for the ideals of freedom, does what they can possibly do to ensure and safeguard the human rights in Iran and elsewhere. I have a letter here that I wrote to United Nations and to Secretary Blinken, and I would like to read that to you. And if you are agreeable with what this letter talks about, we would like you to endorse it and sign it and put it into the box that we put in the waiting room. You don't have to do it. It's entirely voluntary, but at least you understand what the plight of the Iranians are. This is the letter to the United Nations representative. This is a letter I wrote, and if you want to make any changes, you're also welcome to do so. In March of 2022, the United Nations elected the Islamic Republic of Iran to Commission on Women's Rights. In its website, the UN states its mission to accentuate inclusion, human rights, and the empowerment of youth and women, respectively. The global community presumes that in that mission statement, the UN would deem the lives of Iranian women as worthy of existence as the rest of humanity. For years, the Islamic Republic of Iran has pursued a policy of severe persecution and oppression of women and other minorities. The morality police of the Islamic Republic of Iran have intimidated, humiliated, physically abused, and murdered women who have tried to exercise any freedom of self-expression. Unfortunately, the world was only enlightened when the murder of a young Mahsa Amini was photographed and shared on social media. The young female journalist who was brazen enough to broadcast it was taken by the same morality police and is currently in prison. Alas, the United Nations has been accused by its adversaries of being a bureaucratic and hypocritical world body whose declared mission is only a front for advancing less noble causes. Ultimately, the election of the Islamic Republic of Iran to the Commission on Women's Rights provides affirmation to that belief. The absurdity of this action is astounding to even those who have the highest regard for the institution of the United Nations. The hypocrisy could not be more self-evident. If this was an honorable intention by the UN to shame a rogue government to treat women better, it did not work. Unfortunately, the reputation and legitimacy of the United Nations is now at stake. Thus, you have a small but defined window of opportunity to right this wrong by removing the Islamic Republic of Iran from the Commission on Women's Rights. Those of us who believe in your mission trust that you will. This is the letter to UN. The letter to Secretary Blinken is as such. The State Department is well aware of major developments in Iran, which were the results of years of oppression by a brutal power-seeking regime that has committed unspeakable violence against innocent civilians exercising their simple right to existence. As in all revolutions, the tipping point was reached when the young Kurdish girl Mahsa Amini was brutally murdered by the morality police. And now the world is witnessing an unprecedented women's revolution, which, like the fall of the Berlin Wall, will alter the course of history, giving rise to a bright future for the wounded people of the Middle East and elsewhere. For centuries, the American ideal of life, liberty, and pursuit of happiness has been admired by the people of the globe. Even those who shout death to America vie for a green card for their children to come to America. The innocent people of the Middle East look up to America as it is a beacon of ideals that they all admire but are powerless to attain. The world is watching, and regardless of the State Department's proclaimed political and financial complexities in its decision-making, the American ideal of protection of human rights is sacrosanct and cannot and should not be violated. Iranians have done all that is within their power, including giving their lives to attain freedom. If they fail, it is because US of America failed them. This is a historical moment, and the world will remember America's actions. We know that you will be on the right side of history. Thank you for your consideration. So if you're agreeable with these letters, sign them, put them in the box. And if you're not, that's okay too, as long as you know about what's happening in the world. And thank you for your consideration.